Howdy folks, welcome to another beautiful day out here in West Vancouver, where we are still patiently waiting for the IRCC to send us our PR documents. It's a stunning day. It is actually really cold today. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm just cold, but it is a cold day today. You can see I got my jacket on, I'm freezing. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about two things. Firstly, I learned a big lesson in braaiing in plate glass windows yesterday. I'm going to cut away to that and show you that just now from some footage I took yesterday. And then secondly, we're going to talk about weed and, some interesting facts around the weed in Canada. Okay, so this is our braai broodjies. Basically fire toasted sandwiches, some chicken and lamb chops. And then Belinda's famous potato salad. We're having a nice barbecue, or as we call it in South Africa, braai lunch today. All right, so beautiful Sunday afternoon out here in West Vancouver. And we decided to have a braai, which was, not a great idea because when we woke up this morning, it was raining. And then I thought, I can still do it. I can still braai. We've got a little overhang, so let me show you what it looks like. Anyway, so this is the day. It is cold, it's wet, it's rainy, and it's just like dripping a little bit. Now it's actually stopped dripping, but it was constantly raining. And we've got this little overhang, so I thought, it's fine, I'll braai over here. We've got the Weber, so I got it all set up right over there. And then suddenly I hear a loud bang, and boom, look at this. The whole giant window popped. So note to other South Africans that are not used to braaiing in the rain, do not braai close to a big cold window, because if you do, the temperature is going to change in the middle of the window and it's going to make the whole window crack. So yes, we got our braai broodjies. They look absolutely wonderful, and we got our choppies and our chicken, and it's beautiful and it was great. But we now have a cracked glass window. And of course, we also got warnings that tomorrow there's going to be extremely strong winds around the area. So we'll see how this holds up. Anyway, so that was our fun Sunday afternoon, cracking a window and braaiing. But you know what? I'll do it again. Just move the braai a little bit further from the window. Okay, so as you can see, lesson learned. When you braai or barbecue, do not put the grill next to your giant plate glass window, because the temperature difference on a cold, rainy, wet day is going to crack your very expensive window. We still need to deal with that. Anyway, let's talk about weed in Canada. The only reason I'm talking about it is because I was driving again this morning. It's amazing how often when you drive around, you just smell weed. When you walk in the streets in town, and especially in town, everywhere, you just smell weed all the time. Because since weed is legal in Canada, you can go to any store. They've got weed shops everywhere, and you just walk in and you go buy whatever weed you want. And there's so many different varieties. In the good old days when we used to smoke a joint, it was just like, it's just a joint. Now there's like all these weird names with all these different milligrams and sativa and THC and all of these weird things. But anyway, that's besides the point. The funny thing is that you just smell weed everywhere. Every morning when I drive Belinda to work, when you go off there at Lonsdale Road from the highway, there's this overwhelming smell of weed. Now, understand that I'm driving in a car at 40, 50 miles an hour when I take that off-ramp. So you must imagine how much weed smoke there must be to actually cover the highway so bad that if you're driving through there, you get this overwhelming smell of weed in the car. I think there's some real potheads that live in that apartment block right next to the highway there. But it's the same thing everywhere. It's a general thing. It's like when you're in town, people are walking around smoking joints, and it's just the way it is. It's legal, it's fine. You can grow up 3 or 4 plants at your house. You can, I mean, we even had some growing last year, and then I had to chuck it. Well, I chucked it out just before they started flowering, actually, because they got infected by spiders. Thought I would try and grow it. But anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of weed usage, and it's actually quite funny, you know. I think some of the stuff these days, like I said, apart from all the weird names and all the funny different things that I don't know what that all even means, sure, some of the weed that they have these days seem to be very, very strong. And then of course you get the gummies and the drinks and the tablets, and there's just a complete variety of weed. And I get it, you know. People say you're not allowed to smoke a cigarette. If you smoke a cigarette, people think you're a complete maniac. People are like, what? You smoke a cigarette, but you can walk around and smoke a joint? That's okay. That's not too serious. Which kind of baffles my mind a little bit. You know, I get it. I mean, cigarettes are, I guess, you know, unhealthy, and it's been proven unhealthy, and it's like the tobacco smoke, and it's actually the smoke that hurts you the most, and it's all the chemicals and the burning and blah blah blah. But I mean, weed is also smoke, and people go, yeah, but weed is a plant, but so is tobacco. I suppose in cigarettes they put a bunch of other chemicals, maybe that's the problem. But yeah, anyway. And then of course, you know, the other thing is, I know from my days of smoking weed many years ago, and then also from the odd joint that I've come with along the way, some of these new ones, that stuff's so strong. I don't know how people operate. How can you smoke a joint and be functional? When I smoke a joint, I just go and I bark, you know. I don't get stuff done. So I don't know, with this legalization, making it available to everybody all day long and people walking around smoking, not sure how well that's going to work out. But anyway, we'll see, each to his own. I just thought it was an interesting topic. Alright guys, you all must have a good one. Speak to you again soon. Cheers.